Greetings once again, fellow girls, guys and gaming fans. This is Small Archangel. Welcome back to ARK Survival Evolved. If you saw the last episode, you'll know we were building ourselves an ichthy pen, and there it is, as viewed from the air. I've pretty much finished the structure now. It's, I added some more foundations to it and built walls all the way around the outside as well. Because that way I decided I would go a double layer defense that way, because my ichthy does have a nasty habit of sticking her face through the wall, and so I thought, you know, if she does that, basically a mega could come along and literally eat her face. So I decided to get rid of that problem, and at the same time we've now provided ourselves with a kind of a walkway around the outside, but it's not particularly big enough to land on right now, so I'm going to land Oz over here on the shore. He's pretty weighed down at the moment because he contains all my building materials for finishing this little project off today. So hopefully we'll have what it requires. What are you doing, Oz? Eating something. Okay, so I've got my scuba gear on here. So I'll just show you first off what we've done here. So we've got a nice stone wall all the way out around the outside. I've got the ladder that we put here. Oops, missed. We can walk all the way around here on the top, and I've actually put a ladder in the corner over there as well, with the intention that when we come back to our ichthy pen we can get out of here again without actually having to go through the open gate. So we can sort of close the gate up immediately as we come in, just to make sure that if there is anything aggroing us and on our tail, we can leave it on the outside. It also occurred to me that having this double thickness of wall, we could actually put another gate on the outside of this one, possibly a metal one, I don't know. Not decided yet. We might do that at some point. Now, the other thing that I've done here is I've placed a couple of pillars, because I want to make a walkway from here to the shore, pretty much where Oz is now. Now, I don't know if this is going to work. If you remember, this corner here, we couldn't place a foundation. This whole structure's on foundations, except for this corner here, where the foundation wouldn't place because the ground level has raised, and obviously all the way up to the shore, the ground level keeps getting sort of higher, which is why the pillars really are the only option open to us. I did manage to sort of retrofit some walls to there, so that's nice and flush now, apart from the very bottom there. But anyway, so what we're going to try and do is build, a walkway, because I want really to be able to run along it myself, to park my dinos, whether they're flyers or runners, on the top of that, so that hopefully they're free from aggro when I go out on the ichthy. And then this pen hopefully will have a mega in eventually as well, but for the moment, we're going to try and do this. Now, using these pillars I've always found really quite sort of complicated, because if you build them from the bottom, then that means that your roof they don't clip through your roof. But of course you can't build them from the bottom unless there's something for them to snap to, so it's all a bit of a pain in the proverbial, to be quite honest with you. So what we're going to do, and I hope this is going to work, Oz here has got some materials on him, as you can see. He's only got a little bit of meat, so we'll have to watch he doesn't starve to death. We've got some pillars, and I've actually got some thatch roofs, and you'll kind of have to bear with me on this. Yeah, okay, I'm encumbered. Do you know what? We don't need that many thatch roofs. Let's just give him half these back. There we go. Okay, so as I say, you're going to have to bear with me on this one, but I'm hoping this method is going to work. So what we're going to do, having built these pillars from the floor upwards, we're going to place, for the time being, a thatch roof on the top. And this is because thatch doesn't have, it's not as expensive to build, basically. So we're not going to be wasting as many resources. And the reason for this is that the only way we're going to really be able to do this without climb the ladder. Yes, okay. It's a little bit tricksy that, because just go flying through it. There we go. You can see there's no sort of clipping through those, which is good. So yeah, we're going to use these because we're going to have to get rid of them eventually. So for the time being, I'm just using thatch. And then we're going to use, now, is that in the right place? It looks like it is, but I'm not going to trust it, to be honest with you. What we're going to do from here, we're going to see if we can place some more roof. Now I'm only going to do 1/2 of this for the minute, just to make sure that this actually works, because I'm not, the other thing I'm worried about is whether we're going to be able to get all the way over to there with this, because of the lie of the land. You are supposed to be able to do this, but you know, these things are a bit awkward. So we're going to place another pillar, make sure it goes down to the ground, and this time we're having to place it from the top downwards, which means I think that it's actually going to clip through our roof above. Yeah, there's not a lot that we can do about that. That's just the way it goes. So then that allows us to place another. Yeah, you can see that's clipping like crazy through there, but there's nothing much we can do about that. So we just have to build this one down to the ground. There we are. And that one's gone really right through. Hopefully we'll be able to take the top one out there without there being a problem. Whoops, that is what I meant there. So I think I got it in the wrong place, that last one. There we go. It's taken a little bit of doing, to say the very least. And of course, you can see that the pillars are clipping through the top there, especially the one over there that I misplaced, but the others I've done rather better with. And we've got that coming all the way over here, and obviously we're going to need a ramp at this end, and I'm hoping, given this is just a single pillar now, that this will be the right height and will accept, will allow us to place a ramp there. Obviously I'm not going to do that in thatch. We want to do that with proper wood ceilings. So what we're going to do at this point, I'm going to take these wooden ceilings from Oz, and hopefully that's not going to over encumber us to the point we can't move, and we're going to head to the other end of this. I'm not placing the ramp yet because that would result in us being able to would result in us having to, I don't know, it would probably collapse. It would probably collapse when we had to take the ceiling out. So hopefully we're going to be able now to resolve the problem of the ceilings, the pillars clipping through the top of the ceilings, because I ideally don't want that to happen. So first of all, I'm going to take this one out, and hopefully we'll be able to place a ceiling on top of that with no clipping. There we go. And now we're going to do the same thatch ceiling, making sure that we demolish the right thing. And that didn't work. Okay, well, I might just have to completely ignore this then, because this is supposed to work. There, I've got rid of that now. But, yeah, if you build the pillars from the bottom, it is supposed to work, and you are supposed to be able to place the ceiling on top without... maybe we have to take all the ceilings out first. That might actually be what we have to do to get this to work, so let's try that. First, this one will probably, I'll be able to place that without it clipping, but the others I think we'll probably have to remove them all. So, unfortunately, I have to remove that as well. Oh dear, and now we're encumbered. We better go and put some of this stuff back on Oz, otherwise I'm not going to be able to move. Okay, so this time, careful not to fall in the water, because if I fall in the water, I'm going to struggle to reach this lot. This time, we're going to destroy all the ceiling first. How many's left? Just these two. which I'm going to have to destroy from under my own feet. But there's not a lot I can do about that. Alright, now we'll have to go back to the other end to place the roof, or rather the boardwalk, which is kind of what it's going to be, and hope that it works this way. If it does not, I'm just going to ignore the fact that the posts are clipping through it. I'm just going to turn a blind eye. In fact, it looks like they're going to clip through even more this time. Yep, they're clipping through even more this time. So, sorry about that, folks. This method is supposed to work, but evidently it doesn't. So we're just going to end up with massive great lumps sticking through the top of it, and there's not a lot I can do about that, really. Okay, what I've actually decided to do is make it a little bit higher. So what I've done is just, I'm just placing it on top of these pillars, since they seem to be, for some reason, because I thought this method used to work, it could be a recent update broke it, I'm not sure. So what I'm doing, I'm just placing the foundations, or these ceilings rather, on top of the existing pillars, like that. There we are, since our previous one did, and that looks more tidy, even though it doesn't quite match up at this end. So what I might just do is that. Oh, that just broke. Okay, that's really, really helpful. What just happened? Okay, it won't place it there. Fine, whatever. Well, we can walk up and down that without any difficulty, so I'm not going to worry about it, basically. So you can see we've got a bit of a double layer on that first one, but that's fine. And then what I want to do, just to make sure that it works, is at the other end, we need a wooden ramp, but we're going to need some more. Oh, we need 2 more pieces of wood, which is kind of annoying. So let's go and gather some of that up from that driftwood, for example. And there we have it. That actually works really well. We've got a ramp. It's fairly steep, but it's perfectly fine, and I'm sure that we can persuade, for example, Oz to walk up that. Hopefully we won't have dinos kind of randomly walking up that. This is going to be double this thickness, of course. There you go. He walks up that just fine. So it's going to be double that thickness, which is going to make it easier to get our dinos up there. But now basically I'm going to have to repeat the process we've just been through, but this time I won't bother with the thatch, because that doesn't actually help us one little bit. So I'm just going to place, is that the right way around? Now that's, look at that, we've got 2 little snap points there. One seems to be ever so slightly higher than the other, and I'm not quite sure how you go about that. That's quite, see, that's ever so slightly higher. I'm not sure if it makes much odds, really. And yeah, we're going to have to do the same thing. I don't think we can make another one there, can we? Oh, we can. Actually, we probably can, just because, yeah, we could probably do this all right on this side without the support, to be honest, because we've got the support sort of underneath. So, but for purposes of it sort of looking halfway decent, to be honest, I think I will place my pillars there anyway, because it's just going to look too weird otherwise. So I'm going to have to gather some more materials now, and then make some more pillars and finish the job off, because at this juncture I don't have any pillars left. I don't need my thatch roofs, so I will give those back to Oz. Whew, finally. Well, I don't mind admitting that is one of the most frustrating experiences I've ever had in this game, in point of fact. Construction can be difficult. This one has been infuriating. It's extremely difficult as things stand to get the pillars where you want them to go. Extremely easy to get them to accidentally go in the wrong position, and we've even got one missing for some reason, and we've got a Phiomia swimming around in between them for no apparent reason. Go on, you stupid thing, get out of here. And don't make me. In fact, we may as well just hunt it and just... There we go. May as well collect that. But I didn't really want it. Potentially, I don't think it would damage the structure, but it might make me damage my own structure. So we just need a couple more of these posts. I don't know if I've got enough materials to do that. And the only trouble, of course, is that I can't actually place that there now. Not correctly, because I can place it there, but I'm not sure if that will probably clip through at the top. I'm guessing. Yep, that's going to clip through at the top. So actually, yeah, because I put it the wrong way around, but we also can't sort of make it from the bottom. We can't make it from the... Let me just go and check, but I'm pretty sure that is going to, yep, have completely ruined the look of it. And I haven't gone through... Oh, no. I didn't go through all that in order to have to do it again, so... I think we'll just leave this pillar for the time being, because as I say, I've had quite enough of this bridge building experience, and we don't strictly need the support there anyway. It just looks a bit weird without it, but I am going to live with that, quite honestly, because it's driving me crazy. Okay, so finally we've got our boardwalk or our pier or a runway, whatever you want to call it. And there's one more thing that I want to do in this episode, and that is finally saddle up our ichthy. And name her, because we haven't done that yet. Oh, now she's leveled a bit. Look at this, she's still got all this. In fact, she's leveled quite a lot. Oh my goodness me, you can tell just how long I've been doing this. So... we're going to saddle her up. There we go. And there's her saddle. And I've done it kind of pink and sky blue and things, because that's broadly speaking the colours that she's got there. Which is perhaps a little bit MLP. Only MLD, My Little Dolphin. And maybe I should call her Derpy Fins. No, definitely not. Definitely not. But it is about time we did name her, actually. Let's see. Change name. Here we go. I've decided to call her Nimbus. Not because of a certain, wizard's broomstick or anything like that. It's actually because the patterning on her actually reminds me of sort of the sky. At sort of, I don't know, a sunset sky and things. So that's where the idea came from. Now, she's obviously not got very far to swim in here. But if I can encourage her at least to get her face out of the wall. But I don't honestly think that I'm going to be able to do that. Right, she doesn't go backwards, oddly enough. There she is, so we can actually see her now. And her saddle. And I think that I will end the episode by going for a bit of a swim with her. And because I've got my little rebreather on, let's just hope we can actually get her through the door, shall we? Because it's not easy, because they're so fast. Can you get through the door? Is there an easy way of doing this? Or is it just going to be completely impossible because she just won't actually steer? Yeah, I'm not sure I can even get her out through the gateway, actually. It's not easy at all. There we go. So I'll just have to make sure I keep coming up for air, because I'm not actually wearing an aqua lung or something. I will put some speed into her too, and we just want to make sure that we don't drown. Right, so this is pretty cool. We can move pretty fast. I will when she levels next, I will, instead of putting things into putting everything into health for her, I will put some more speed, and then oops, because that's actually no, we're all right. That's the carbonomies. But I do want to get myself a mega as well, but I don't want to do that at the expense of my new ichthy. I don't really want to get Nimbus killed off. So there we go. We can see our sort of fishbowl from quite a distance away as well. So so that's pretty cool. I haven't got it lit up because I'm not planning on going swimming at night. Unless there's an underwater lantern, we're going to struggle with that one attached because, yeah, obviously flame and water doesn't really mix, and electricity and water also doesn't really mix. So, so there we go. Does she have an attack? Yeah, she does. She has a beak attack, which is pretty cool. So there we go. I think we're going to be able to do some underwater or in-water exploration a lot more easily this way, which is going to be fab. We've got ourselves some water transport. Now, I might get myself a second ichthy, but I might also... we'll just shut that up. There we go. I might get myself a second ichthy, but I might also I will definitely get myself a mega. So at some point we're going to go hunting for a mega, probably in the next episode actually. Unfortunately, all the ones that were around here, well, I had to kill them. I had to kill them because they were trying to kill Nimbus, so I killed them first. So there you go. So we're going to have to go a little bit further afield maybe to find ourselves a mega and try not to get Nimbus killed at the same time, or maybe, you know, maybe I'm going to have to go hunting them without my ichthy, I'm not sure. Anyway, one way or another, I'm going to have a mega in here as well. It's not a very big pen, but it's probably going to be relatively easy for us to... Oops. Oh, nuts. What's out there? No? Oh! Right, we're going to have to save him now. Oh, it's only a dilo, so we should be cool. But for some reason, he's kind of ignoring it. Oi! Dilo! Yeah, you attack me. You won't last long. There we go. So we'll get some meat off that. And give it to him. He's not lacking at all now. And neither is our exhaust. So I think I might just have to leave the missing pillar. I'm not sure how I missed it. Probably just by being... Well, I don't know. I had to work through the night to do this. It was just, yeah, quite frustrating enough as it is. And having taken out all the underneath floors, the only way I could get that pillar in the right position now, really, is by taking the underneath section of the double floor and getting it all the way over to where the missing bit is, and then building the pillar from the top. From the lower one, if that makes any sense, and that's the only way it works really. So I seriously hope that the devs get this sorted out, because I do see it as a bug, and I know other players do as well, that really if you build a pillar and then place a floor on top of it, or even a roof, you would think that the game could anticipate that we don't actually want to be able to see the top of the pillar through our structure, because it really doesn't look all that great. And we've actually even got a teeny little bit of a difference in between the floor here. But you know what? I'm really not going to quibble at that. I'm not going to let that bother me too much. And I have thought about going a little bit fancy and putting some railing down the side. But to be honest, probably get in the way more than anything else. I'm sure that my dilos aren't going to, my dinosaurs aren't going to fall off the edge. But if I'm leading some, you never know, do you? But... Anyway, so for the now, that is pretty much it. As I say, I've had enough of building this for one day. But if we want to extend this, we should be able to do it relatively easily. Especially now I sort of know how pillars work, glitchily. We should be able to place some more foundations around the outside of this one. We'll probably find in this direction, certainly we'll have to place more pillars instead of... and do it that way, but I know it does work. And then we'd probably have to take the inside wall out, which would be a bit of a bite. So I don't really want to have to do that. So maybe the easiest thing is actually going to be to make sort of a doorway through into a second chamber on this side over here. So if we don't have enough space, or if we find it really quite difficult to get our fishes in and out the door, which I did just now, then maybe that's going to be the easiest thing. But for this episode, I'm done here. Our ichthy pen is more or less done. Our ichthy herself is saddled up and ready to go. And in the next episode, we're going to be looking to tame ourselves a mega, and we'll cram them in here for the time being, and then we'll see where we go from there. As I say, yeah, it's just a case of getting ourselves a fish for speed, although probably not a fish. Probably not a mammal, maybe a reptile for speed, and then one for sort of being an aquatic bodyguard as well. Anyway, it's taken me three or four in-game days to finish this, whatever you've seen on camera. So as I say, frustrating experience, all told, but it's done. It's done for the time being. So on to the next thing. So guys, I hope you've enjoyed the episode. I have enjoyed some of it. It didn't go entirely according to plan. Let me know if you did. Hit the like button, and feel free as ever to give me any comments, particularly any tips on how to use pillars without them being quite so frustrating, because it really was. And I hope to see you in the next episode. Until then, keep gaming, keep surviving, stay happy. Bye bye for now.